Hi everyone, this is Tuplex. Welcome back. Alright, since we missed it the last time, I've waited for a bit until we got 8 new rockets crafted. So that we don't miss it, I set up a little control circuit here so that I could control when the rockets launch. So these only launch when they have a satellite. And all I did was connected a green signal to the inserter that places the satellite inside, so it'll only turn on if it has a green signal. Okay, so right now I've got it turned off, and the rockets are ready. As soon as I get a payload, they will all launch. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to turn the green signal on. There goes our satellite. And I guess I'll leave it on. Why is that light not on? Oh, I know why. Okay, so there go our rockets. And I got a little distracted about that too. Yeah, I want it to be red. I want this one to turn on. All right, let's just have a green light or no light. How about that? Okay, so that'll give us another load of space science. That'll take a little while to unload, and then this will go over to the lab. Now that we've got a cargo, once it gets to 8,000, it'll go and empty out, and then we can continue mining productivity. All right, let me head back to engineering. While I was waiting for that to finish, I have buffed up mining operations. So over here on copper, I added additional lanes. And you can see that the lanes are not all aligned, and that's just because I'm trying to get it to fit so that, so that all 8 wagons worth of mining drills are on the patch, and hopefully not too close to an edge, because the edges is where they get depleted. Like for example, this drill right here only has access to 2.6K of ore, so this is going to get depleted pretty quick. And then this wagon is only going to have 3 drills loading it instead of 4. So it's going to slow down the entire wagon to get full. Same here. This one's not going to last very long. This one is already missing 1 drill. I suppose I could have moved it back a bit more. And maybe I'll do that at some point, shift this whole thing over. I've also put speed modules in almost all of the drills. I didn't have quite enough to get to this last one. But now I've got 12 of these. That's 5, 11, and 12 on copper. Over here, I've, this first column had a lot of drills mined out. In fact, I think this first card didn't have any drills left, so I've disabled that. So I'm going to slowly start to phase this mine out as, as more and more drills get depleted. It's just going to slow down how fast the car can fill up. Same with this one. I disabled this first column. The rest of these are still okay. Here again, I disabled one. Right, so this is why I was talking at one point about using creative mod just to create an ore patch, but nobody wanted me to do that, so or at least the majority did not. And then I created kind of a mega mine up here. Right, everything's loaded with speed modules. I think I've got 12 lanes up here. In some cases, I built a very long rail section. Like in the case of these lanes, once these miners deplete, I can just move the entire station forward to get on a fresh patch of iron ore. So in some cases, these lanes will be able to be relocated once they get mined out a bit. Okay, so I have lots of mining now. I definitely have more iron than copper, so I probably will need to set up another copper mine at some point soon. But for now, we definitely have a lot more than we had previously. Okay, let's see how our science train is doing. Oh, okay, looks like it already unloaded. Okay. Yeah, so it already unloaded. We're doing mining productivity 6. And I think that's all that we're going to have the science for. If we have some left over, we could do another bot speed upgrade, but to be honest, that's not my big concern right now. I don't care too much about bot speed at this point. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do, since our long-term factory is going to be using lots of beacons and modules, kind of like this would be sort of a standard configuration where we can get 12 beacons affecting a single factory. This gives us 2 tiles worth of space on each side for inserters and belts. So this would be kind of a standard config. Now it can also be made more compact. So if we didn't need quite so much space, let's see here. You can eliminate that space in the middle between the modules, right? And like I said, it can be made more compactly. For example, for like a single in and out situation, you know, you could do something like that. But in any case, so the entire end game base will be heavily utilizing productivity modules in the machines and speed modules in the beacons in order to keep the number of machines from becoming astronomical. But that obviously means that we're going to need many modules, level 3 modules. So that's the next thing I want to do, is build a dedicated module factory that will start to make those for us. I've got an empty cell right here that I'm planning to use for that purpose. So I worked out something in Factory Planner. I feel that a reasonable size build will give us 7.5 per minute of productivity module 3s and speed module 3s. Okay, now these build, you know, from level 1 up to level 3, they build in a 2:5:10 ratio. And we can load those with speed 4 or speed 3 modules. And I think this will be reasonably fast, that we can accumulate modules. You know, I mean, there's going to be times where I'll probably just have to let the factory run AFK for several hours. But, you know, 7.5 per minute times 60, that's what, 400, 500 per hour? That's not too bad. That should allow us to build the factory without having to wait a lot for modules to get made. Okay, so, and I think we'll need productivity and speed modules. We might need more speed modules than productivity, actually, but for now we'll produce them in roughly equal numbers. Okay, and then my thinking here is that we can bring in plates, plastic, and acid, and then construct the circuits on site. Okay, so we'll make green circuits. You know, initially I was thinking, well, we could bring in, why don't we just make this so that we just bring in green circuits, red circuits, and blue circuits? But then in order to get this running, I would have to upgrade, right? I've already upgraded mining. I would have to upgrade smelting, and then I would have to upgrade green circuits. I'd have to upgrade red circuits. I'd have to upgrade blue circuits. You know, and it would take a long time to get this done. So I figured I'll just bring in plates. I'll upgrade, or I'll build the circuits that I need for the modules all in that cell. Now, I also considered smelting the plates in that cell as well, but I don't think I'm going to have enough room if I do that, right? Because again, if we're doing something like this, I figured in one column I can fit probably like 14 or 15 of these before I start to run out of space. And I didn't think that there would be enough room to do smelting as well. Okay, so I'm going to start by building the module factory, just so I can get started. It'll probably be starved of plates, and then once I start to accumulate some modules, I will build a new smelting site for copper and iron. Using the modules and beacons. Once that's done, then I'll start to disassemble the existing starter smelters and then replace those with upgraded ones too. Okay, so that's kind of the general plan here. And then I guess I can leave, I don't know, I guess I can leave the rest of the factory running for now. Actually, I wouldn't mind turning off the rest of the factory, like all the science pack production and stuff, but I guess if I could just put all the science trains in manual mode so that they would stop running. I mean, the factory will still run and accumulate stuff in the chests, but I guess I'll just leave it. I'll leave everything running until my productivity 6 is done, and then I'll decide how to handle it from there. Because I really want, right now, initially, I want all my resources going towards modules. All right, but let's, oh, the other thing, yeah, okay. I think I'll probably stay on yellow belts. Probably stay on yellow belts for the module factory. And then after that, it's going to be all blue belts. Speaking of which, I've been letting this run for a while, and I now I've got full chests of blue belts already made, so that should give us a good start. I should also have a full chest of beacons. Yeah. So we'll have a good start there. And then I've been crafting lots of productivity 1 modules in the meantime. So what I'm going to do, because this plan calls for level 3 modules in it, but obviously I'm not going to have them to start with. So my plan is just to put level 1 modules in these machines so initially it's going to produce slower than 7.5 per minute, but I'll put in level 1 modules to start with, and then as I get level 3 modules, I'll just go back and start to replace them with level 3s. And then once these are all upgraded to level 3s, then I'll use the next set of level 3s to upgrade my smelting and mining and so forth. So that's kind of the plan there for the modules. Okay, well we'll need to start by building the loading stations, as always. So let's head up here. So as inputs, I'm going to need plates, plastic, and sulfuric acid. So I could probably use red circuits as blue circuits. I can use blue circuits as a baseline because I'm bringing in 2 solid materials and 1 liquid. I would just need to add 1 more station for another solid material. Okay, so I think I'll copy that input section. Okay, I suppose we should just start with the stacker. And for that, I have a blueprint. There we go, and that goes right there. Oh, I did craft 2 more roboports. Okay, so I've got 150 bots now. And they do pretty admirable job. Sorry, I'm not talking too well this morning. Okay, blue circuits. That's the one I wanted to copy. And I think I'll copy it like from this point. Yeah, perfect. I'll just copy it like that. Okay, we don't want that. Okay. I wonder if I can copy. I haven't tried copy pasting. Let's try that. Yay! Wish I would have done that a long time ago. All right, so let's make this copper plate. We'll make this iron plate. Okay. Copper plate. Iron plate, and then those I'll set to, yeah, 4,000 is good. We'll do full wagons. Oh no, 2,000. Yeah, 4,000. 4,000 is a full wagon. Okay. And I'm not sure if they can be combined yet. We'll figure that out. Well, let's figure it out now. So if I click on the blue belts icon here, this tells me how many belts of each of these commodities I'm going to need. For the total build. Okay, and then I divide these by 8, and that'll tell me how much I'll need for each column. Now at the end of the columns, I'm just going to combine all these ingredients. So, but like, for example, 4.2 blue belts of copper divided by 8, that's still, what, half a blue belt of copper? Which is more than a single yellow belt. And it's actually more than, it's even more than half a blue belt. Okay, so I think copper needs to be on a dedicated belt. So maybe I do need to use blue belts for this. Let's just go ahead and use blue belts. Okay, so let's make this one plastic then. Let's just do separate belts. I'll just do separate belts. Should I? No, I can do half belts of plastic and iron. Okay. But yeah, I will use blue belts for everything, and I'll upgrade all the inserters to stack inserters. Okay, so let's make a new upgrade planner here. Whoops. Okay, and then we're also going to want to upgrade the red stuff. Alright, so this will just upgrade everything to blue. And I don't think I have enough stack inserters. I'll probably have to go back for more. Okay. So let's go back and resupply and get ourselves some blue belts, and we'll upgrade the rest of our setup to blue belt as well. Actually, let's make that 200. I'm going to borrow a couple active providers. Okay, so we're officially out of the yellow belt era. Okay, I'll wait for that to empty, and then I'll start to fill this with blue belts. Now, somebody had asked in the comments a little while ago, somebody asked why I use buffer chests here instead of providers. And or instead of requester chests. And the reason I do that is because I want to be able to pull from these chests with my own personal logistic request. And if these were requester chests, then once the items get put inside, they can't be taken out again by the bots. So if I use buffer chests, then when I roll into the station, if there's not enough belts to fill this train as well as fill my inventory is going to get priority. Okay, so that's the reason I did that. All right, let's head back over here, and I will park myself in the stacker so that we're outside of the main rail. Let's see how our science is going. All right, still pretty slowly, but we're making progress. Okay, very nice. All right, and then I'm going to need, let's get rid of this. All right, so I'll just copy, I suppose I'll just copy this station here. Yeah, I need to request more power poles. And I should be requesting substations as well. Okay, let's see. Okay, now we need to fix some signaling here. Remove that. There. Okay. And then this part up here, I'm going to have to reconfigure. So let's remove that. Remove these pipes. Remove that. Okay. And when it comes to these expensive blue belts, you know, these undergrounds, I think, you know, require like 80 gears each pair. So I don't want to squander materials. So if I can take them an extra tile, I'm going to take them an extra tile. Okay, so there we'll have two belts, one copper, one is iron and plastic. And we need to get our fluids up here. Great. So that part I can, whoops. Let's copy minus the rail. And I've got a bunch of extra circuit wires here. It's not going to affect anything. I'm just going to leave it. I don't want to take the time to try to do something with that. All right, I'll just do this manually. I think it'll be faster. Okay, we do have to make sure that we wire this into the station, however. Okay, and this is going to be copper plate, 4,000. Oh, okay, and then this one needs to be plastic. Okay, plastic, iron, copper, acid. Okay, so I think we're ready to start requesting. Okay, and again, I know that to begin with, I'm probably going to be short on the supply side, right? I'm going to be running out of plate. I'm going to be running out of... I'm going to be running out of fluids. But as I'm waiting to get my first set of level 3 modules. It probably won't hurt too much. And then at least this way we'll get at least some production out of it while we build the rest of the modules. Okay, I need to get a lot of beacons. And I should probably fill a train with beacons because they only stack in 10s, so it's they run out fast. It's hard to carry as many as you need. All right, so let's put beacons here. I suppose one wagon or one will be enough. So I've got 48, so we'll put 480 in a chest. And I'll go ahead and take as many as I can carry, or at least a bunch of them. All right, and let's grab, I don't know, 5 stacks of each module to get us started. Okay. And we are fully supplied over here, so that's good. Okay, now we start building. So I'm just going to build one without worrying too much about its alignment, and then we'll start making copies and line everything up. Okay, so we'll start with the green circuits. So 8.6, that essentially means I need 2, crud. I've got the wrong assembly machines. Okay, I've been quietly making those as well. Let me just, it'll probably be faster if I go back in the plane. And I left the plane in the base. All right, I'll just run down there. Sorry about that. I should have lots and lots of assembly 3 machines done as well. Actually, to avoid overproducing, I wonder... look at that. Exactly 16. I could downgrade. Then again, yeah, I always want, I'm going to want to use the maximum amount. Huh? Module. Add module. Shift, Alt, left click. There we go. 8.6. Okay, so I'll have excess capacity on the green circuits, which is okay. Eventually it'll just fill up belts and then I won't have to worry about it anymore. And I can probably stop requesting red undergrounds as well. There we go. Okay. So we're going to need two green circuits. And you'll notice here, this actually needs to change. I'm only going to have 10 beacons, not 12. And I'll show you why in a minute. Okay, so now the overproduction is not quite as bad. But so here's what we do for the green circuits. We're going to have a direct feed from the copper cable to the green circuit. And because of that, we are not going to be able to get quite so many beacons on there. Let's see. 1, 1, 2. Right, so in this case, it'll only be affected by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, we need to make this more compact. One, two, okay, so that's 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, yeah, we have to make this one more compact too. Hopefully I'll have enough room to do this. Let's see. Okay. So 10 beacons on each machine. And we'll load them with prod modules, and we'll load all these with speed modules. Okay. And then here we need to have copper. And then I suppose the iron and plastic can come up here. And then I'll output onto that. Okay, and we're going to need 2 of those. Actually, that... Please tell me that reaches. Yes. Okay, so the first one can just do that. Okay, we can move that down by 1. There we go. All right. And then the copper is going to continue up the column. Okay. So that's copper, and that's iron and plastic. And then the iron and plastic also needs to continue. Well, here, let's not do these exits yet. The iron and plastic needs to go up because we're going to need the plastic for the red circuits. Although, let me check something here. I always forget which side of the belt things go on. Okay, so it'll go on the right side of the belt. So up here, I could put the plastic onto the left side of this belt, and then I'll have green circuits and plastic together. Right, iron. So the plastic is going to be... The plastic is going to be on the right side. Green circuits are going to be on the right side of that belt. Could move these up by one tile and they would still get onto this machine. There. That could work. All right. Do I have any combinators? Yes. Okay. So that's copper. And this is the iron and plastic belt. Just so I don't forget. And now that one is going to be green circuits and plastic. And green circuits coming out. It's what? Oh, okay. I'm going to have 4.3 blue belts coming out, so divided by 8. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do that because divided by 8, that's more than half a belt. So the green circuits are going to have to be on their own belt. Okay, so if that's on the right side, I need these to come out on the left side. Okay. So we're good there. All right, and then for the red circuits, all the rest of the copper we can convert into copper cable. And we'll need less than half a belt each column for copper cable. In fact, we could put plastic and copper cable on a common belt. Okay, so let's do one machine here, making copper cable. And then reverse that. Okay, so there's the copper. And actually we can move all this back down. We don't need that space anymore. Okay, and this was iron and plastic. And the iron is on the left side, right? Okay, so we just need the plastic at this point from the right side of the belt. let's see, right side of the belt. Okay. Now it's going to stay on the right side of the belt. Okay. There. And then the green circuits, of course, need to continue traveling up this way. Okay, so now we'll have copper and plastic and green circuits for the reds. All right. And then we need 3 machines making red circuits. Whoops. Okay. Okay, I think we can use a blue inserter there to pull off green circuits. Well, let's just use stack inserters everywhere. Why not? I'll use blue inserter for the output. Okay. And that'll be our red circuits. Now our total red circuit output, yeah, half a belt will be fine. Okay, so let's copy this. Oops. So that's 3. Okay, and then blue circuits. And we could, yeah, we could have made that more compact. I don't think we don't really need that. We don't really need that extra tile in the middle, but we'll keep it. Okay, let me copy this one more time. And then for blue circuits, we just need 1 each. Okay. So in this case, this belt can stop. Oh no, it can't because, oh yeah, this belt can stop. That's iron and plastic, or plastic and copper wire. We don't need that anymore. We just need the green and the red belts, and then the blue belts to continue their upward journey. So let's do the blues like this. Okay, so this will take red in red will come out there, blue will come out here, and green will come out there. All right, and now we just need to get the fluids piped in. Okay, and now we have to make sure that everything is powered. So I'm going to use substations. Okay. I suppose we should test this to make sure it works. Before I copy everything. But then again, well, do I have ingredients? Let's see. I'm going to take a chance here. Let's go ahead and copy this. I'm going to save that blueprint. I'm going to take a chance that this is going to work the first time. If it doesn't, then I'll have to fix it in 8 places. All right, so let's give ourselves some room here to move belts around. Let's see, the middle is right here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, 4. And we'll see how much of this we can build. Okay, well, I'm definitely going to need more speed modules. Looks like I'm going to need more underground belts. Let's double this. Yeah, more modules, more belts. Oh, and more pipe too. What do you know? And more beacons. Now the beacons I've got. Need 200 of those. Okay, still need more. Okay, so let's head back for the rest of the belts. I'm going to pause recording while I finish building this and hooking everything up, and then we'll power it up. Be right back. Okay, I've got this built, but actually I am going to wait to hook it up because it just occurred to me that the outputs of all these columns are going to be combined, which means that they may not be perfectly balanced. And because of that, I'm going to want to change my input side so that I only bring in another train when the inventory is completely gone. That way, if any one of these cars or any one of these wagons unloads and starts to get unbalanced, I won't bring in more until it's all gone, right? So it won't cause any other imbalance upstream. So I'm going to fix that. I'll get this running, and then we'll take a look at it in the next episode, and then build the module factory. All right, so I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.